Had a problem at the Hicksville train station, kind of a little soap opera unfolding all throughout the morning. News 12 Long Island's Amy Lauren is there. What's happening now, Amy?
That's right. There were friendships, there were fights, people built relationships and they broke down. This happened all overnight as people were stranded here in the Hicksville train station in the waiting room. They had no food, they had no water, they had no heat. They were just trying to get out. They were stranded here as a result of the suspension of service that happened late last night. And take a look at the video from earlier this morning. You can see people trying to sleep. The chairs looked a little bit uncomfortable, people trying to make the best of it. Some people snoring, other people crying, just tremendous frustration. And then take a look at this video of people running to the bus. This was the first sign of hope. This happened about a half an hour ago. People saw a bus. There was a mad rush to the bus. People running. It was really slippery. Some people fell on their way. Others didn't make it. And they didn't even know where that bus was going. They were just going to get on it because they couldn't stand waiting here anymore. But finally, help has come. Some people got out. Others are still stuck here, and help has come. And right now I'm with Sam Kelly from the American Red Cross. He's shown up here. And how did you hear about what was going on here?
Well, we knew that there were passengers stranded in places, but we didn't realize just how bad it was here in Hicksville. And so we actually heard it from you on News 12. So when we heard that, we loaded up the vehicle with blankets and water and snacks. It's not what these people want, you know, completely, but it's something just to help them get through the situation.
Right, and what do you have here? You have a blanket and then some things that people can look forward to here. We dropped it on the floor, but
water, and the water's been going pretty quick, which tells you that they haven't had anything to drink in a while, and that's a concern for us because we want people to stay hydrated, to stay healthy.
And then you have some potato chips, some Ritz. I saw some chocolate chip cookies that looked pretty good in there. And people were just attacking it. I mean, when he brought it in, people were going for it. They were just starving.
And that's what happens, and that's why people really need to think about being prepared on days like this and not going out, because you don't want to end up stranded like this, but we're glad we could help these people out.
Right, and back to you guys in the studio. Things are looking like they're shaping up here in Hicksville.
That's great. You can always count on the American Red Cross. Thanks, Amy. You can really count on the American Red Cross. It's great that they came down. Absolutely. Those people have been sitting there since last night.
They've been sitting there and don't have major trouble on the trains.
Yeah, service suspended in both directions. News 12 Long Island's Amy Lauren is live in Hicksville with an update on what's happening with that commute. Amy.
Doug, Lily, we've been bringing you the plight of passengers trapped here all morning, and finally in the 12th hour for some of them, help has come. Take a look over here. This couple, they've been here all night. I believe they were headed to work, they said, and finally they've fallen asleep. We're not going to wake them, but they've covered themselves in a blanket from the American Red Cross, and here are some other things that the American Red Cross has brought for these people: water, potato chips, we have some cookies over here, and some Ritz crackers, and it was so necessary because people were just starving. They had no food, they had no water, and they had no heat for most of the night, and they were just trying to make the best of it. And here's another woman who's been here all night, and she's just exhausted. I know you're, how did you get stuck here in the first place? I know you're so tired, but if you can muster up the energy to talk to us.
Yeah, I came from work, and a taxi dropped me here to take the train to my home. And it's no train since 8 p.m. I've been here for like 12 hours now. There's no train. I'm cold. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
So when this relief finally came, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, I like the food. You know, they brought in water, which I was very tasty, which is very helpful. And I had some chips too.
After 12 hours without, everything always tastes better, right?
Yeah.
And so what have you heard in terms of information, in terms of you guys being able to get out of here at some point soon?
They said they still have to clear the track, so we're still waiting. So I don't know.
Thank you so much. And there are about a dozen people up there shoveling in the platforms, and a couple of dozen people were here earlier. You see some of them have cleared out. That's because they ran for a bus that appeared. They didn't know where it was going. They just ran for it and got on it. They said they could not wait anymore. And over here is Sam Keeley, and he said that the American Red Cross heard about the situation down here in Hicksville from us, News 12 Long Island. And when you brought everything over here, what was the reaction here that you got?
Well, when I walked in, it was as you were describing it. People really looked desperate. They looked angry, and I can't blame them being here all night. But to see them, a little smile by having some water to drink and a blanket, really made worth the trip for me, that's for sure.
And you said you had heard from us that people were actually, fights were breaking out here. Maybe people were hungry, probably a lot of frustration and tension was building after all those hours. And when you heard about those fights, you knew that you had to get down here right away, you said.
When you don't have water and you're not warm, obviously you get tense, you get angry. We can't have that. We can't have people fighting. And we can't have people getting dehydrated. You think about water when it's hot, but really for your body to work properly, you need water even when it's cold like this.
Thank you so much for everything. I know people here are just so thrilled to see this much needed relief. Thank you, Sam.
That's what we're here for.
Thank you.
In both directions. News 12 Long Island's Amy Lauren is live in Hicksville. She's been giving us updates throughout the day, and it seems you just found Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano, huh?
That's right. Ed Mangano showed up here to show his support after hearing about the dozens of people who were trapped here all morning, desperate for food, desperate for water. And when you heard that story, what prompted you to come down?
Well, I wanted to come down and congratulate and thank the Red Cross. They partner with Nassau County all the time. It was great to see that they were able to come here and render some comfort to these stranded commuters.
And he's referring to the much-needed relief brought by the Red Cross, and that included water, cookies, and chips, and blankets, and it was so necessary. And now, is there anything that
All right, and the blizzard causing major problems all over the roads, but of course also for the railroad.
Yeah, service is suspended in both directions. We've got News 12 Long Island's Amy Lauren live in Hicksville. She's got an update of the commute there. And Amy, you've had folks there for what seems like days now.
Doug and Carol, we've been here at the Hicksville train station in the waiting room since about 5 o'clock this morning. And if you had tuned in earlier, you would have seen dozens of people trapped here. For now, these are some of the people that are left. Some people got out. That was when a bus came about 2 hours ago, and there was a mad dash for that bus with people ending up falling on their face in the snow to try to catch it. Some people got on it, others missed it. And, you know, earlier this morning with all these people here, as the hours went on, people got frustrated. They got restless. They said that initially they had all built friendships with each other, but slowly those friendships broke down, the fights broke out, there was a lot of drama here, and through it all, sitting calmly and peacefully, the man who, Pedro, this is the man who stayed out of everything. Pedro, how did you manage to keep your cool with all the drama here at the Hicksville train station?
I'm just here waiting. That's it.
And who are you here with? She's been sleeping so beautifully on your shoulder.
She's my sister. She came to visit from my country.
Where is that?
Honduras.
So she came all the way from Honduras. Has she ever been to the United States before?
It's her first time.
Oh my gosh, and to have an experience like this on your first time in the United States. Karina, I guess you're really tired. Karina doesn't seem interested in talking to us at all, but Pedro, do you think she'll ever come back? We hope so.
She will, yeah.
And what has happened throughout the night? How have you coped?
Excuse me?
How have you dealt with it? How have you dealt with everything going on here?
Just being patient, that's it, yeah. Because it's been really cold, people coming in and out, and all the cold coming inside. More for her, because she's not used to the weather.
Right, in Honduras it's extremely warm, and when the blankets came, I saw she ran and grabbed one from the Red Cross, and some other relief has come here too. Were you happy to see the water, the chips, everything from the Red Cross?
Yeah, of course.
And what about now? Are you looking forward to getting out of here? Is there any hope in sight?
Yeah, we're just waiting. Anything comes, maybe a bus or the train start to run. We're just waiting on that.
Where do you live?
Winage.
And when you get out there, you said there's a little bit of a walk in the snow. So your journey will not end when you get to the train station out by your home.
When I get to the train station, I have to get a cab. That's why I didn't take the bus that came at 3 a.m. Because probably there was not gonna be anything to get me home.
And Pedro said that he had about a 20-minute walk in the snow by the time he gets home, and he'll just hop on anything, the train or the bus. And as you can see over here, this is another woman. She's pacing back and forth. She's been here all night too, and you're seeming to get a little bit restless, and you're on edge, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch the bus. I see the bus, I run to the bus, and it's not the bus that goes to where I'm going. I'm coming all the way from the Bronx. It's crazy, and I've been here like more than 12 hours now. It's like I don't know how to get home.
And so you were one of the people that were running to the bus. You saw people falling all over the place.
I went to the bus, and it's not the bus that goes to where I'm going.
But that didn't seem, thank you so much, that didn't seem to matter to people that the bus was going in their direction or not. People just got on it, and that's because there's been so much desperation here. Now a little bit of relief with the American Red Cross, but people still just on edge and just really anxious to get home as soon as possible. Doug, Carol, back to you.
A little drama going on at the Hicksville train station all morning.
Yeah, a lot of problems there. Service has been suspended in both directions. Let's go to Amy Lauren. She's been live all morning in Hicksville with an update on the commute right now. Amy.
That's right. There were dozens of people stranded here, some of them in excess of 10 hours, and earlier a couple of them headed off in one of the only buses that we've seen around here this morning. But there are still people coming up to me asking the same question. In fact, not just asking me, but asking everyone in sight, when are the trains going to run? And the Long Island Railroad doesn't have an answer yet, but you can see that people are still arriving here. And in fact, we have a visitor here, Paula, and she's from California, a far cry from California.
Yes,
you got stuck in this blizzard. And how are you handling it? Why are you here at the station?
Well, our car is buried in snow. We took the train into the city to see a show in the Heights, and
How was the show?
Stuck. It was very good.
But no, you didn't expect this afterwards.
No, well, no, we did. We were worried that we wouldn't get home, and we went to the Long Island Railroad after the show. There was suspended service, couldn't get back out here, so we luckily found a hotel. I had to walk back to Times Square in the blizzard.
Oh my
got a room at the Hilton, and luckily got a driver to take us out here in kind of a town car, and now we have to get our car out of the parking lot.
And what's the plan with that? Because I know that there were a lot of snow plows out here. There was a huge mound. Did you see that mountain of snow out there?
Well,
and in the process of plowing down the road, some of the snow plows actually pushed more snow to block in the cars even more.
Well, luckily we had cars on either side of us, so really only the back of my cousin's car is and her parents are going to try and get here from Hicksville and help us get it out and hopefully get home. She lives all the way in Smithtown.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you have some family support, some people backing you up. So good luck.
Thank you
and
very
enjoy
much.
your trip
All right.
here.
Thank you.
But there are some people who don't have that support. Some people who are stuck here. There's one man behind me. He's trying to get to work, and you can see he does not look happy. He is just trying to get to his job. He's a dedicated employee. He lives close by in Plainview, but he's been sticking it out. He's been here almost all night, and needless to say, he's just exhausted and hoping to get out of here sometime soon, as are many other people. But in the meantime, the Red Cross did bring over some relief here in the form of blankets. We have some food, some potato chips, some chocolate chip cookies, and some water. And people were really dehydrated from being here for more than 10 hours. And Sam Killey from the Red Cross is here. He saw, rather heard through News 12 Long Island, that people were just desperate here at the Hicksville train station. And you guys came, and I'm sure you're real busy. How did you make the time to come here, and why was this a priority?
Well, this is what we're about, helping people during times of need. So it was a no-brainer to come down here, bring water. People have been here all night. We want people to stay hydrated. We want them to stay safe and warm. So we came down with the blankets. That's what the Red Cross is about. We're here to help people, and we're glad we could do it.
What's the scope of emergency like in other areas of Long Island this morning?
Well, of course, people are trying to dig out right now, and we hope they're doing it safely because we don't want people having heart attacks out there. The roads are still pretty bad. We want people to stay off the roads. Out in Suffolk County, we did open a shelter. We didn't have anybody stay there, but we were ready if anybody was needed. Of course, there were a lot of power outages out in Suffolk County last night, but that's what the Red Cross is about. We're here to help. We hope we're not needed, but when we're needed, we're here.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And the Red Cross was a necessary relief, but